welcome to this week's edition of the Side Splitters. My name is Lyle, and I'm all alone this week. But my goal is still the same, to leave you in stitches, right? Anyway, it's just me this week, mostly because Andy's sick, and also because he's a little bitch, but mostly because he's sick. I mean, I did it before when I was sick, right? Anyway, um, this week's gonna be a little different though. It's not gonna be an hour and a half of me. God no, I would not do that to you. Instead, it's going to be some behind the scenes stuff that we have. Me and Andy like to do this little preamble thing before every show. So I usually start the show and I'll record whatever we talk about up until the show. Actually, or start the call, then record whatever we talk about up until the show actually starts. So none of it's going to be edited. This part's not going to be edited. There's no sense in it. It's not going to be a long episode. The whole episode's going to be maybe a half an hour. So it's just a little something to keep you guys going strong, being the fans that you guys are, wonderful fans. Until next week when Andy's better, hopefully, and we can release the next episode. But one thing he did tell me is do whatever you want. I'm not gonna be able to make it, but just make sure you get the picks out there from the not the picks, but the results from the previous week's NFL games. So per Andy's request, I'm gonna do that for him. And I gotta tell you, folks, I was kind of hoping he wouldn't mention anything about it, and it would just be whatever. We'll just overlook it. We won't say anything. We'll start fresh next week, and you're about to find out why. So uh, game one was the Falcons and the Buccaneers, and the Falcons took this one. Andy picked the Falcons, and the expert he was going against, Seifert, his choice, also picked the Falcons. Falcons won. Um, Game two was the Vikings and Lions. Both of them picked the Vikings. The Vikings, in fact, lost. Game three, Steelers and Ravens. Both picked the Steelers. Steelers lost. Next up was Jets and Dolphins. Andy picked the Jets. Seifert picked the Dolphins. Jets lost. Cowboys and Browns. They both picked the Cowboys. Cowboys won. Jaguars and Chiefs. Andy picked Jaguars. Seifert picked Chiefs. Chiefs won. Jaguars lost. Giants and Eagles. Sorry, got a little tongue tied with this one. It's an important game to me. Giants won. They both picked the Giants. That's good. Rams and Panthers. Both picked the Rams. Panthers won. 49ers and Saints. Andy picked the 49ers. Cypher picked the Saints. The 49ers lost. Saints won. Titans and Chargers. Andy picked Titans. Cypher picked Chargers. Chargers won. Colts and Packers. Finally, Andy picked Colts. Cypher picked Packers. Colts won. Yay. Raiders and the Broncos. They both picked the Raiders. The Raiders, or excuse me. Yeah, I'm sorry. They both picked the Raiders. The Raiders won. Then finally, Bills and Seahawks. Andy picked the Bills. Cypher picked the Seahawks, and the Seahawks won. Andy got demolished this week. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. But this is like 3 weeks in a row he's losing. Clearly, he's not going to be able to do it next week. So I'm going to do it this week. I'm going to throw my hat back into the ring. I'm going to give it a try again, and let's see how it goes. I'll go up against an expert, obviously not against Andy. I know it's really not exciting, but I'm just going to run down a quick list of all my picks versus whatever expert I'm going against, and we'll go over it next week with Andy because I think that'll be fun. And then, who knows, maybe this might be the return of me versus Andy and just call it quits with these experts and see what me and Andy can concoct up. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll see how Andy feels about it. You guys are hearing this first here. Andy has no idea about this. He'll probably hear it first here as well. But, yeah, so without further ado. All right, so game one, we got the Browns and the Ravens. I believe, yeah, it's the Browns at the Ravens. I'm taking the Ravens. Then we have the Chiefs at the Panthers. I'm taking the Chiefs. Broncos at the Saints. I'm taking the Broncos. Rams at the Jets. I'm taking the Rams. Packers at the Titans. I'm taking the Packers. Jets at the Falcons. Falcons at the Eagles. I'm taking the Falcons. Got all messed up. Vikings at the Redskins. I'm taking the Vikings. Texans at the Jaguars. I'm taking the Jaguars. Bears at the Buccaneers. I'm taking the Buccaneers. Dolphins at the Chargers. I'm taking the Dolphins. 49ers at the Cardinals. I'm taking the Cardinals. Cowboys at the Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers. I'm taking, oh God, I want to take the Steelers. But in my heart of hearts, I know that's not the right pick. I'm taking the Cowboys, as much as I hate it. Seahawks at the Patriots. I am taking the Patriots. And finally, Bengals at the New York Giants. I am taking the New York Giants. So that's my picks this week. We'll see how I do. And like I said, maybe me and Andy will start doing this again next week. Who knows? Who knows? Anything could happen. Maybe Andy doesn't want to do it anymore. Maybe he's just like, the power is not with me anymore. Beginner's luck is gone. Whatever. Maybe you guys don't even like this segment anymore. And if that's the case, let us know. We'll stop. Trust me. Or we don't care about what you think. We're gonna do it anyway. No, just kidding. But so that's this week, and I'm going to be going against Seifert again, like Andy did. So, well, just to make it fair. But this episode is going to be it's going to be a short one. So when I title it, it's going to be something based off of I think I already have a title in mind. I'm pretty sure I have a title in mind. I don't want to say it here because it'll spoil it. Then again, I guess it doesn't matter because you would see the title anyway, so never mind. It's going to be called Burst into Confetti. You'll hear later, trust me. It's literally the moment that had me laughing as I was going back and listening. I've heard this conversation before. I laughed then. I had laughed again when I reheard it and had to edit it. And I laughed again when I, put it all together and went to go upload it and all that. It's absolutely hysterical. Like, it's a conversation between Andy and his brother Rob that he was on episode 10. And literally they just started doing this voice thing. They went back and forth. You'll hear it in a couple minutes. It's absolutely hysterical. But anyway, so without further ado, I present to you whatever episode we're on. I think it's 16. I don't know, 15 or 16. Burst into Confetti, and that's this week's edition of Side Splitters. And here you are. I'm Lyle, forever alone. See you guys next week, though. Enjoy the episode. You have any talking points this week?
Do I have any talking points? I thought long and hard about it,
Good.
and no.
Damn.
I actually don't. Do you have any news articles?
Oh God. The worst has happened. We're completely unprepared. All right.
Yeah. Been kind of distracted. I have not once thought about what I was going to talk about. You, sir, you edited me.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? There was a joke I was expecting to hear, and it wasn't there anymore.
And I wasn't expecting you to listen, so I took it out. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm playing a game on my phone. I'm not going to lie and act like I'm paying attention to you this whole time. I'm sure what you're saying is very intelligent and important, but, I figured it's time to come out with the truth.
You're done.
I'm sure what you're saying is intelligent and smart, but I can't be bothered to care.
You have any topics tonight?
So I was thinking about that,
Uh-huh.
and no.
Why? Every week. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, oh my God, he actually did something. And no, damn it.
Lylander! I don't know what your full name is. It can't just be Lyle. Lyle's short for something, right?
You're serious? No, Andrew. Lyle's full name.
Lylabeth! Don't you trifle with me, Lylabeth! Oh, shit. Nobody touched me till I've had my pecan sandies.
We have an issue.
What?
It is a slow news week. I'm going to give you the wrong one, a dumb one. The wrong one was firefighters use hydraulic spreader to free boy's head from banister. Like, guy got his head caught in the railing or the kid got his head caught in the railing of the stairs, so the firefighter had to use a hydraulic. Okay, I'm done. Andy, you're on this podcast.
There's a thing called the English language. I can't speak it.
How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow?
Wow.
His tongue's pulled a wild stallion and won't be tamed.
The one that I said was dumb was a son of Chinese billionaire buys 8 iPhone 7s for his dog. Slow news week, man. Slow news week. This one's too sad. I mean, not sad, but just it's too. I don't know. I guess
Sappy?
sappy's a good one. Kind of. I don't deal with this kind of stuff. It's like it's if there's death in it, I prefer it to come swiftly and aggressively, not someone feeling sorry about it. It's a baby koala bonds with a plush toy following his mother's death.
I saw that.
I don't want that. I can't tell what he's laughing at. Someone tell me.
Andy's broken.
I just think the subsequent news story is koala chokes on fluff trying to breastfeed from plushie.
I think Beanie Baby would be the appropriate term to use there.
Just the first time it tries to hook onto a nipple, it gets a cotton ball stuck in the back of its throat and it dies.
Circle of life.
Literally cotton mouth.
What did you do this weekend?
What did I... Oh, God. Okay. So, what I did was, I sent them away, and I had the house to myself. So, the first thing I did was play the WWE game on my phone. And then I switched over to Pokemon. And then when my eyes started hurting, I put away the Pokemon, and I switched back to WWE Supercard. And then when I exercised all of my bouts in that, it was about 9 o'clock at night, and I was really tired. I'm like, I'm going to go to bed on my terms. So I went to sleep. When I got up the next morning, I went back onto WWE Supercard, used up all my timed bouts, and then jumped back onto Pokemon. And then I made a meal, but when I was done with the meal, I checked back on my bouts on WWE Supercard and played Pokemon.
You fool, you ass.
You ass.
This is going to be a great episode.
I have done nothing except for play Pokemon and WWE Supercard and wallow. I'm trying, but
He's not a racist. He prefers the darker nippled ones.
I do.
No, he doesn't.
No, I do. I do.
Oh, no, he does.
But
He
you
does.
lie to our fans, Andy.
I said I don't like brown sugar Pop-Tarts. I never said I didn't have jungle fever. Because, like it or not, it's embedded into,
Society.
I was going to say the zeitgeist, but sure.
Society, yeah.
People don't use that word enough.
Oh, hold on.
Zeitgeist? Yes.
You know how many people would try to use it and be asinine in using it? Did you check on the news the other day? The news these days is getting so into the zeitgeist. Shut up, you two.
So it seems that smartwatches are all the rage these days.
Yes, I know. They've totally become part of the zeitgeist.
Oh, all over the zeitgeist.
All over the zeitgeist.
Ectoplasm in my face from the
Oh,
zeitgeist.
good lord, yes. Reminds me of that time down in Bath and Wells, you remember.
Oh, of course I remember.
Oh,
Did
yes.
you see the outfit that Susan wore? That blouse?
How
like
could
it was
I
from
not?
ShopRite.
Her tatas looked like they were going to fall upon the floor.
No, burst into confetti.
Burst into confetti, yes.
Oh, God.
Yes. Put some apple brown sugar on there.
No, God, no, don't touch the stuff. It's too high in fat.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Stop talking. Let them continue. I think the only thing worse than Will Ferrell is like ICP fans and
Are you hating on my husband?
pudding made out of tar, I guess, would be kind of terrible. Because, you think it's pudding, but it might be
Well,
like
at least the truth
a
comes.
super thick pudding, and then you go to eat it, and it tastes nothing like the pudding that you wanted it to taste like. It's just tar.
It's awful as a walrus tusk up the poop chute.
All right, wait a minute. What is your particular music taste?
I'm a fan of Mariah Carey. What?
You know he has a 20-minute long remix to the Mr. Softy jingle on his iPhone.
And you want to poo-poo on my music taste. You silly shit.
I know. How could you even compare to a legend like old MC?
Don't understand all these kids listening to songs about butts.
Oh, damn it.
And they're twerking.
And they're twerking.
How many times they gonna rename the goddamn thing? First it was poppin' locking, then it was booty popping, now it's twerking. It's all the same shit.
It's moments like this that make me excited to know that I record all these pre-show things now. I'm saving up for a best of. A week where we don't have the opportunity to record a podcast for some reason, I'll just, edit that together and put it out. Why is it every time I try to include some of your family into our podcast, you always immediately deny it, Andy? Hey, let's have Rob on this week. No, not till episode 10. Damn. Hey, let's have her on the Facebook page. No, she doesn't even like our Facebook page.
I want you to pee. I want you to pee. I want you to pee all over everything. Just pee. Urinate. Flow. Let it flow. Let it flow.
30 seconds.
For the listening audience, that's what happens when you leave a small child around Andy.